Hey guys, back for another one to continue trump cards, the elements of the deal. Next section is protect the downside and the upside will take care of itself. Trump says, people think I'm a gambler. I've never gambled in my life. To me, a gambler is someone who plays slot machines. I prefer to own slot machines. It's a very good business being the house. It's been said that I believe in the power of positive thinking. In fact, I believe in the power of negative thinking. I happen to be very conservative in business. I always go into the deal anticipating the worst. If you plan for the worst, i- if you can live with the worst, the good will always take care of itself. The point is that you can't be too greedy. If you go for a home run on every pitch, you're also going to strike out a lot. I try never to leave myself too exposed, even if it means sometimes settling for a triple, a double, or even, on rare occasions, a single. So we see here, contrary to popular belief, that Trump is not at all uh, risk seeking. He's on the opposite, risk averse. He is careful about the downside. He worries about things not going according to plan. He's aware that things can go off plan, and that the that enables him to plan accordingly and to make proper decisions. Being too positive or only thinking about the upside makes you take wrong turns and wrong decisions. It's pretty clear how focusing on the downside or the downside in general should take more of your attention, right? Warren Buffett says, for example, that it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 20 seconds to ruin it. So of course you want to be much more careful with the downside. And as Trump says, the upside will take care of itself. Here's going to give a specific example. One of the best examples I can give is my experience in Atlantic City. Several years ago, I managed to piece together an incredible site on the boardwalk. The deals I made for parcels were contingent on my being able to put together the whole site. Until I achieved that, I didn't have to put up very much money at all. Once I assembled the site, I didn't rush to start construction. That meant I had to pay the carrying charges for a longer period. But before, I spent hundreds of millions of dollars and several years on construction. I wanted to make sure I got my gaming license. I lost time, but I also kept my exposure much lower. When I got my licensing on the Boardwalk site, Holiday Inns came along and offered to be my partner. Some people said, you don't need them. Why give up 50% of your profits? But Holiday Inns also offered to pay back the money I already had in the deal to finance all the construction and to guarantee me against losses for 5 years. My choice was whether to keep all the risk myself and own 100% of the casino or settle for a 50% stake without putting up a dime. It was an easy decision. Here, Trump basically explains why uh, going 50-50 and having zero risk made more sense than going 100% with all the profits, but also all the risk. So it's almost a no-brainer to uh, maybe limit the upside if you put the downside to zero, and that made sense for him. And then he's going to contrast this with Hilton, what Hilton did. Baron Hilton, by contrast, took a bolder approach when he built his casino in Atlantic City. In order to get open as quickly as possible, he filed for a license and began construction on a $400 million facility at the same time. But then, 2 months before the hotel was scheduled to open, Hilton was denied a license. He ended up selling to me at the last minute, under a lot of pressure and without a lot of other options. And then Trump renamed the facility Trump's Castle, and it was a successful operation. And basically, Trump uh, waited, didn't put a lot of money up front, wanted to have all the permits in place before investing, and even then had a partner that accepted to take a lot of the risk for half of the profit, and that's how he operated on his side. Hilton uh, put all the costs up front and were prevented from from operating. Uh, they didn't get the license. They put a lot of money down. They wanted to go quickly, right? So they were more looking at the upside, but they ignored ignored the outside, and Trump came out on top in this exchange. So basically, to summarize, protect the downside, and the upside will take care of itself.